Hi, I'm here today to talk about how you can do a shoulder mobility assessment on yourself to see if you have tightness in one shoulder or both shoulders. So the first thing we want to do is see if any limitation with internal rotation. So you're going to put one hand behind your back and go as high as you can up your back till you feel tightness in the front of your shoulder. So his height is about right over here. So let's have you switch, do your other side. And that goes just a little bit higher on that arm than the other arm. And you want them to be pretty even. If you notice one touches up here and one goes only up to the lower part of your back, or you can't even get it behind your back, that means you have restricted motion in your shoulder, and we'll show you how you can stretch that out.
The keys to this episode, this video here, is that this is just purely tightness. It is not pain. And the everyday action associated with stiffness with, as Peter just said, internal rotation. For women, it'll be getting your bra strap. For men, it very well may be getting the wallet out of your back pocket. It may be feeding the belt through the belt loops in your pants. If you notice you're stiff but not painful doing those activities, then you very well may want to assess your internal rotation.
So next time we're going to assess from head to lay flat is your shoulder flexion. So this you just lay flat. Get your arm in front of you, drop it straight back, and see if one goes further than the other one, or if they go about the same, or one just gets stopped here. Not looking for pain, just looking for how far does this allow you to go.
This is forward flexion. Activities of daily living or activities of everyday life, they may have issues with forward flexion, are very simply reaching up to the cupboard, getting to the top of the refrigerator, even trying to change a light bulb. You may notice that you're able to do it easier with one arm versus the other.
So the next range of motion you want to assess is your external rotation, where you get your elbow in line with your shoulder, and you just drop your hand back. And you see if they both go down to the table, that's good full range of motion. If one gets stopped early, if both get stopped early, that means you have some tightness with external rotation of your shoulder.
Activities with external rotation are going to be washing your hair, in my case, shaving my head, anyways, reaching behind your head, or even reaching back for the seatbelt or to put a coat on, very well associated with external rotation. The other key here is that many times the early signs of osteoarthritis of the shoulder is a early stiffness in external rotation or those activities of daily living. And finally, if you notice you're tight at all three things Peter just demonstrated, internal rotation, forward flexion, and external rotation, you very well may be developing the symptoms of a frozen shoulder.
So easy exercises you can do to stretch your shoulders in these three motions. The first one to help fix the tightness you have with forward flexion is holding something light like this and going over your head. And then holding that back down. And it should be pain-free, just a comfortable stretch. You want to hold that for about 10 to 15 seconds and do that 3 times. And then you come back up and come back into it and stretch right back into it. So you should, after 2 to 3 weeks of doing this daily, there should be a response. If you're not getting any changes in the first couple of weeks, then it might need further assessment on your shoulder. But they should respond sooner than later from stretching this out daily.
Great.
So in order to improve external rotation, if you notice that one was tighter than the other one, let's say this shoulder was tighter, you want to go back into that position that you were in, put this in your hands, put this hand here, and you want to stretch it down towards the table. Same thing, get that hold 10 seconds, come back off of it.
How many sets are you doing here, Peter?
3, 10 to 15 second holds. You want more of a sustained hold, then you want to do more repetition. It's a stretch. We're not trying to strengthen, so we want to do more longer holds. And we'll keep that here. A lot of people do this wrong. They think they're getting more motion by moving their elbow. I think, well, it looks better than doing it. You're going to keep that 90-degree angle in the elbow as you bring it straight back behind you.
You should be feeling that in the front of your shoulder, correct? Yes.
Okay, let me have you sit up again. In order to improve internal rotation, say the left arm is his tight arm, put the left arm behind your back. You're going to put a towel here, hold this here and hold up on the towel to stretch that shoulder. The best time to do this stretch is right after you shower. Get the hot water to loosen up your shoulder and then stretch it right afterwards, and that will help to improve internal rotation. All three of them, after a couple weeks, like 2 to 3 weeks, retest yourself, and you should see an improvement that they should be closer to normal or closer to the other side.